Imagine a bustling city where traffic lights, roads, and telephone lines all work together to keep everything running smoothly. That's basically what your nervous system does. It's the ultimate communication network for your body, allowing you to react, respond, and stay in sync with the world around you. Whether it's the smell of your morning coffee, the memory of last year's holiday, or the reflex of pulling your hand away from a hot stove, your nervous system is the conductor orchestrating it all. The nervous system is divided into two main components: the central nervous system, or CNS, and the peripheral nervous system, or PNS. Think of the CNS as the headquarters. It's made up of your brain and spinal cord, acting as the control center. The PNS, on the other hand, is like the network of delivery trucks and mail carriers, delivering messages to and from every corner of your body. Both the CNS and PNS rely on specialized cells called neurons, which are like the skilled workers handling all communication. Each neuron has a central cell body, which houses the command center, the nucleus. From the cell body, multiple short branches called dendrites sprout out, ready to receive incoming signals. Then there's a single, long extension called the axon, which acts like a highway, sending signals out to other neurons or target cells. Neurons are unique because they communicate using electrical signals. Imagine each neuron as a relay runner passing a baton, the electrical impulse down the line. This process begins when dendrites pick up signals from neighboring neurons, which then travel to the cell body. From there, the cell body sends out its own signal down the axon, covered in a myelin sheath, which acts like the insulation on electrical wires, helping the signal travel faster. When the electrical impulse reaches the axon terminals, it's time for a handoff. These terminals meet up with the dendrites of another neuron, and this connection point is called a synapse. The baton is passed on, and the signal continues its journey, ensuring the message gets where it needs to go. Not all neurons are created equal. They come in different shapes and sizes depending on their job. The most common type is the multipolar neuron, which has many dendrites and a single axon, like a tree with multiple branches. These neurons are like your body's movers and shakers, responsible for controlling muscle movements. Bipolar neurons, on the other hand, have just one dendrite and one axon. They're often found in sensory pathways, like the neurons in your nose that help you detect scents. Lastly, we have the pseudo-unipolar neurons, which look like they've taken a shortcut. They have a single process that splits into two, one part carrying information from sensory receptors to the cell body, and the other heading straight for the CNS. It's like a two-lane road merging into one. Neurons don't work alone. They have their very own support crew called neuroglia or glial cells. Imagine them as the pit crew for a race car, ensuring everything runs smoothly. They provide nourishment, insulation, and even clean up waste products. Though they are smaller than neurons, there are actually 5 times as many glial cells in the nervous system, proving that even the busiest highway needs a solid team of workers to keep things moving. Now, let's focus on the brain and spinal cord, the VIPs of the nervous system. If we take a peek inside the brain, we notice it's made up of 2 distinct areas: gray matter and white matter. Gray matter is the control center, containing all the neuron cell bodies, and it forms the brain's outer layer, known as the cerebral cortex. It's where all the decision-making magic happens. The white matter, on the other hand, is like a network of highways made up of myelinated axons that transmit signals from one part of the brain to another. In the spinal cord, this arrangement flips. The gray matter takes the center stage, while the white matter forms the outer layer. The PNS is all about connections. It's made up of nerves and ganglia, like the roads and intersections of a city map. There are 2 types of nerves: cranial nerves that emerge directly from the brain and handle tasks like moving your face or tasting your favorite food, and spinal nerves that branch out from the spinal cord and reach every corner of your body. Here's a simple trick. Afferent fibers arrive at the spinal cord with sensory information, like how you feel when you touch something hot, while efferent fibers exit the spinal cord to carry motor instructions, telling your muscles to move. When the ventral and dorsal roots merge, they form mixed spinal nerves, which contain both sensory and motor fibers, like a two-way street. Imagine your skin as a patchwork quilt, each piece representing an area controlled by a specific spinal nerve. These patches are called dermatomes. Similarly, the muscles that a spinal nerve controls form a myotome. This mapping helps us understand which nerve is responsible for which part of the body. Pretty neat, right? So, to recap, your nervous system is divided into the central nervous system, with the brain and spinal cord as the control hub, and the peripheral nervous system, which acts as the messenger network for your body. Neurons transmit signals, supported by their trusty sidekicks, the glial cells. And remember, dermatomes and myotomes help us map out which spinal nerves control specific areas of our body. If you enjoyed learning about the nervous system, make sure to check out King of the Curve for more engaging and detailed content. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for joining me, and see you in the next video.